Welcome to CWC Art and Soul, my YouTube channel, and my exploration of art through the lens of life. And because I think everything is art, really, and the more I look at what's happening in the world, more aware I am of contrast, and the more contrast, the more beauty. It's very interesting to notice that. Something that I don't think I was fully aware of years ago before I started painting. And I wanted to just share a little bit about my art journey with you, because some people assume that because I wrote my memoir about the insights I gained from trauma, from loss especially, that my art is my therapy. But that's not how it's been for me, although I know that it can be for many people. For me, the journey of healing was actually getting to the point where I could feel. For most of my life, I had shut that down. And I think it was Brene Brown who was talking about, if you can't feel the pain, you also can't feel the joy. And I think that's very true. Although I was very positive, always a positive thinker with my mind, always looking for the positives, but really not feeling it. Never really getting into that feeling. And it wasn't until I went through my healing journey and it took me a while. I was a slow learner in that respect. I had a lot to heal. And it started around 2000, the healing journey. And layer by layer, healing and exploring and discovering. Some of it I was doing with my mind, and some of it I was doing from a spiritual point of view and physical point of view. Learning to what I could accept, what I could forgive about myself, about others, about the things that had happened to me. And loss is a big one that I really gained a lot of wisdom about. You know, we have been trained to believe in winning and losing, and so when we lose someone in our lives, somehow that equates to a trigger of, we've done something wrong, we're bad, we're not good enough. Like as if running a race and we lost the race because we weren't fast enough. And it feels like a lot of people take it that way when we lose a marriage, we call it lose a loved one, lose a job, whatever it is. Instead of looking at it that is life. It's not about that you're bad because you lost something. It's about a part of the transformation, about the journey. Not everyone's here to be in our lives for as long as we're here. Some people are going to come in for a season, some people come in for a reason, and some people rarely. I can't really think of a situation where a person is with you for your entire lifetime. That would be really challenging just to have that kind of relationship. It would be a real gem in many ways, but I just can't see that really when you think about it. Even a long marriage is not a lifetime, it's only a portion of your lifetime. So people are going to come into your life, and the key here is, can you let go and let what wants to happen happen? Let them go. Let the job go so a new job can come in, a new opportunity, something you were meant for something else, a better situation. Can you let go, even though it's painful? Look, I know it's painful. Divorce, painful. But it's more painful when you're going through the legal process, the fighting, the constant, and who's going to win? And what do you win in those kinds of battles? Really, what do you win? It takes a lot of energy, a lot of heartache, and it's kind of interesting if we could learn to just let go. If that relationship's not good for us anymore, it's not working for us. If it's not working for the other person, then it can't be working for us either, and vice versa. So letting it go is the key. Letting go of a loved one who dies. We don't know the bigger picture. I mean, if you believe in a universal energy that brought us here, that gives us life, that breathes us, then that energy and that agreement between the soul and the earth experience, donning the physical body, There's an agreement how long we're going to be here for, what we set out to explore and to discover about ourselves, about physicality, all of that. And so when the time is done for them to go, and we're still here, we still have stuff to do. They don't, for whatever reason. Doesn't make sense, especially a young person like my son, who was 29, killed in a vehicle accident. Doesn't make sense, right? Like people are saying, oh, that's the worst thing that can happen. I don't think it's the worst thing that can happen. I think it was something I didn't expect. I can think of a lot worse things that could happen to your child than transition. And I'm not going to name them here because there's no advantage to that. But letting go. So I don't see it as a loss. I let him go. I let him go to do whatever else he's got to do. When your child leaves home, starts their own life, their own career, their own path, you have to let them go. You have to let them fly. You have to, just like we have to allow ourselves to be unchained, untethered, so we can explore and go forward. So for me, my artistic journey has been after the letting go and the realizing that all of the things that happen to us in life, the good and the not so good, really has a lot to do with how we process it is according to our own beliefs, what we think it means. When something we don't want to happen happens, a lot of times we want to blame somebody. And maybe there's nobody to blame. Maybe it's just time for something different. It's time to let something go. So I could not have painted and created the artistic compositions I do today without letting go of who I thought I was and what I thought art was. It's not for me so much as I'm not purging feelings. I'm letting myself feel now. And even though some of my paintings I have, and I'll put it on the screen, fiery healing, and it's a lot of tears in that, and they're healing tears. It's not sad. It's joyful. It's rejuvenation. It's, can be burning hot tears, letting go, purging of the toxins, and allowing ourselves to really become. And instead of holding on to all the garbage, the sorrow that we let eat us sometimes. And it literally can do that and make us sick. And so I want you to know that my art it's an expression, it's abstract, it's imagination. I don't do landscapes, although sometimes they look a little bit like landscapes, but they're really dreamscapes. Because I used to take photographs a lot of the sky, especially. I'm in awe of nature. And so a lot of times it's nature that inspires me with certain colors and certain forms. And then it sort of combines that awe with emotion. And because we are emotional beings, we relate to nature from that emotional, we personify nature very often. That it's when we're feeling sad and it's raining, it seems like, nature is reflecting how we feel. And perhaps it is. And that's where most of my art is about emotion. And I mean, as you can hopefully see some of it on the walls behind me, and they're not hung to be displayed, but they're there. And some of them are super happy, and some of them are not as happy. And it's not really because of, it's, what is happy? That joyful feeling inside. What is that? And for me, it comes out in my art, and it comes out in my fashions, because when I create a painting and then I think, oh man, that would look so cool on a fabric, and when someone's wearing it, it's so unique and made in Canada, and I can feel so proud of my product. And it's not cheap, but it's not meant to be cheap. It's meant to last. It's meant to be unique and good quality and good workmanship. And we try to pay attention to the environment in the creation of it, so that we're not filling up landfills. And so I don't have a whole lot of product to show you. I only purchase what I'm going to wear, and so it helps me to create a difference in the world in a positive way that I feel is positive. I feel good about it. I feel good about my art. I feel, I work with acrylics, and I pay attention to the way I dispose of my water and all those kinds of things. They're important to me. The environment's important to me. Fairness is important to me. Doing good work is important to me. And so I created a luxury fashion line because I don't like it when I go to buy something from, it's made cheaply, and you get it home and you wash it once. And I always feel you have to wash because it's been through so many hands and factories and you don't know what's going on. And then you wash it and the seams are, because it wasn't cut properly. And so nothing fits right. And so it ends up in the landfill or in the garbage. And I just think it's important. If I'm going to wear clothes, I want them to feel good. I want them to be well made. And I want the people that made them to be well paid and to take pride in what they're doing. So that when I'm offering it to you, I'm offering you something of good quality. And that's how I feel about my art as well. And so I just really want to share that with you so you understand. I am painting not to share my healing process. I am painting because I feel the awe of creativity, and that's what I want to share. And when you hang a piece of my art in your space, it has that energy of awe. And a lot of people tell me that they see a lot of different things in my paintings that I didn't see or I didn't intend. And to be quite honest, I also see things in my paintings that seem totally inspired. And a lot of times I just let go and let spirit paint through me. And it's a lot like, and why I really want to mention to you about cursive writing. It's so important because that connection to our brain, spirit comes through our arm, and we can purge, we can journal, we can release imagination through that process. And it's the same with my brush. And sometimes it's not a brush. It's I just manipulating the energy of air or my hands through the paint. So that's what this channel is all about. Art, fashion, and life. And through the eyes of an after healing process, although healing is ongoing. So I'm glad you joined me, and I really appreciate you sharing, you liking, you subscribing to the channel. I appreciate it so much because we're all in this journey together and we're all contributing our parts. And I hope that what I'm contributing helps your life too. So that's what I wanted to share with you today, and to let you know you are seen. And every time you like, you comment, you share, I see you. And I appreciate you very much. And I'm really intending that 2025 is going to be an awesome year for all of us, not just some of us, but for all of us. And we will make it that way. Some people ask, wish us the best for 2025. And I think 2025 is going to be exactly what we make it, just like 2024 was. We are co-creators. And make sure you think about that when you're making your decisions. Am I making a decision for the greater good of all, including myself in that? Or am I just making my decisions from fear or selfishly? So we have that power to make those decisions wisely and for a better world, for us and for our children and grandchildren and the plants, the animals, everything. Okay, so thanks for joining me. Until next time, take care.